and welcome. You're watching Unplugged TV India. This is Alice Francis. Let's begin with today's top news. Singer-composer Bappi Lahiri passed away on Tuesday. ABG scam, lookout notice issued against shipyard top personnel. Punjab Assembly polls turning into a hate ground for politics after Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi remark of don't let UP's Biharis in Punjab. Security tightens outside NSA Ajit Doval's residence after man tries to enter premises. Punjabi actor Deep Sindhu who was in news for the Red Fort incident died in a road accident on Tuesday. Russia seemed to build up forces around Ukraine, says NATO chief. India in talks with several airlines to help its citizens fly out of Ukraine. Shreyas Iyer announced as Kolkata Knight Riders captain for IPL 2022. Out of control COVID situation frazzles Hong Kong. Music composer singer Bappi Lahiri passes away at 69 at Mumbai's Criticare Hospital following multiple health issues on Tuesday night. Lahiri had been admitted to the hospital for a month and was discharged on Monday, but his health deteriorated on Tuesday and was brought to the hospital. He had multiple health issues. He died due to OSA, which is obstructive sleep apnea, shortly before midnight, said Dr. Deepak Nam Joshi, director of the Criticare Hospital. Bappi Lahiri has delivered popular songs in several films of the late 1970s and 80s, like Chalte Chalte, Disco Dancer and Sharabi. His last Bollywood song, titled Bhankas, was for the 2020 film Baghi 3. In a Rs 23,000 crore alleged bank fraud case, lookout circular have been issued against ABG shipyard CEOs and top personnel. A watch circular is used to prevent somebody wanted by the police from leaving the country through airports or border crossing. Rishi Agrawal, Santhanam Mathuswamy, and Ashwini Kumar are among the company's directors. According to reports, this is India's largest bank loan fraud. According to the Central Bureau of Investigation or CBI, ABG Shipyard defaulted on loans of Rs 22,842 crore owing to 28 banks, including State Bank of India. If sources are to be believed, ABG Shipyard routed funds to at least 98 linked entities. The AGB Group's flagship enterprise, ABG Shipyard, specializes in shipbuilding and ship repair. Gujarat's shipyards are located in Dahej and Surat. The latest alert notice in the ABG Shipyard case joins a lengthy list of comparable cases in the country, ranging from the Punjab National Bank fraud involving businessman Nirav Modi and his uncle Mehul Choksi to the bank loan default of former Kingfisher Airlines CEO Vijay Mallya. They are all attempting to avoid extradition to India. According to CBI's primary investigation, the fraud is mostly due to ABG Shipyard making large transfers to its linked parties and then creating adjustment entries. By diverting bank financing, it was able to make massive investment in its overseas business. Funds were diverted to buy large assets in the name of the company's associated parties. The relevant time was 2005-2012, according to the CBI's review of records and preliminary investigation. Ahead of the polls, Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi on Tuesday had said, "Don't let UP Bihar ke bhaiya enter Punjab." While he made the remark, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi could be seen standing by him smiling and applauding. On February 15, Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, along with Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi, addressed a rally in Ropar district, Rupanagar, Punjab. During his address, Channi spread hate against the people of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar living in Punjab and called for drawing them out of the state. Soon after the remark, many political leaders came down heavy on the CM's remark. Bharatiya Janata Party has hit back Congress, saying the Chief Minister has insulted people from UP and Bihar. Priyanka Gandhi has insulted the people of UP, where the Congress is fighting the polls. Meanwhile, Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal also slammed Channi's remark and said, "It is very shameful. We strongly condemn comments aimed at any individual or any particular community. Priyanka Gandhi also belongs to UP, so she is also a bhaiya." Taking a dig at BJP and AAP, Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra on Tuesday said that wearing a turban on stage doesn't make them Sardar. PM Modi and Kejriwal come to Punjab and wear turbans on stage. Merely wearing a turban doesn't make them Sardars, Priyanka said in conversation with a leading news agency during her roadshow in Amritsar. Punjab is going to the polls on February 20 for all 117 seats. Security forces on Wednesday detained a man who tried to enter the residence of National Security Advisor Ajit Doval in Delhi. A 43-year-old man from Bangalore alleged that tried to enter National Security Advisor Ajit Doval's house in Tughlaq Road area. He was in his car and was stopped by the security personnel. Meanwhile, security has been beefed up outside Doval's residence and the police are checking all vehicles. The person has been identified as Shantanu Reddy from Karnataka. He is being investigated by a special cell of Delhi police. During investigation, Reddy told the police that someone had fit a chip inside him and was trying to control him. The police then approached the Bangalore police to verify all the facts and also tried to contact his family members. Shreyas Iyer has been announced as Kolkata Knight Riders captain ahead of the 2022 season of the IPL. The franchisee confirmed on Twitter on Wednesday. The Indian batter was snapped up for Rs 12.25 crore at the IPL 2022 auction with the two-time champions and was the third costliest buy behind India teammates Ishan Kishan and Deepak Chahar, becoming the franchisee's sixth captain overall. Iyer led the Delhi Capitals brilliantly in the 2020 edition of the IPL, where the team reached the final but bowed out to Mumbai Indians in the Summit clash. That year, Iyer had smashed 519 runs from 17 matches, an impressive average of 34.60, including a best of 88 not out against KKR. Unfortunately, a shoulder injury limited Iyer's participation the next year and DC went ahead with the Rishabh Pant as their captain. Despite announcing partially withdraw soldiers from Ukraine's borders, NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg on Wednesday said Russia seemed to be building up its forces around Ukraine despite Moscow's announcing the pullback of more forces from the border. The Russian Defense Ministry released a video of troops retreating from Crimea on Wednesday. The development came in process a day after Russian President Vladimir Putin stated that Russia has chosen to partially withdraw soldiers from Ukraine's border, and the Russian Defense Ministry confirmed that some forces from military districts would be returned back. An estimated 130,000 Russian troops are in position on Ukraine's northern, eastern and southern sides. Russia says video shows tanks, military equipment leaving Crimea across a railway bridge after drills, adding that some troops would also return to their permanent bases. Apart from this, Ukraine's capital Kyiv even experienced a cyber attack on Tuesday. Indian authorities are in talks with several airlines on increasing the number of flights from Ukraine to facilitate Indians wishing to leave the Eastern European nation amid tensions over a Russian troop build-up. The increase in flights is meant to cater primarily to Indian students who have been asked to consider leaving Ukraine in view of the uncertainty there. Discussions are currently underway with civil aviation authorities and various airlines on how to increase the number of flights between India and Ukraine. People familiar with the matter said on Wednesday, as a rapidly escalating wave of illnesses overwhelmed authorities, China's President Xi Jinping reminded Hong Kong's leaders that their overriding mission was to stabilize and manage a deteriorating COVID-19 outbreak. On Tuesday, health officials in the global financial center recorded a new high of 1,619 confirmed new infections with another 5,400 tentative positive cases. COVID infections are already more than 20 times higher than they were at the beginning of February, and the situation is only getting worse. Since the beginning of the epidemic, Hong Kong has registered roughly 26,000 illnesses and little over 200 deaths, much fewer than other similar-sized large cities. Medical experts have cautioned, however, that by the end of March, the number of cases could have risen to 28,000 per day, owing to concerns about high levels of vaccine apprehension among the elderly. Thank you for watching Unplugged TV India. Please hit like, subscribe and share. This is Alice Francis signing off.